Tell me what your full legal name is, if you would.
I'm an appellation known as, all capital letters, Drew James Peltola, with a common law copyright as a sui juris human, as a non-citizen, a not American national. Do you want my copyright on this? Do you want me as a human or me as a sui juris non-citizen national? Honest to God, I'm not even on drugs anymore. I wasn't sick. The only reason.
Hold on.
Nope.
How are you doing?
Good, thank you. How are you today?
Not too bad. Feeling a little rough, sore from being in a holding cell 3 days, but other than that, I'm okay.
Welcome back. Today's Zoom court session features yet another sovereign citizen, and it's a wild one. Unlike most we've seen, this guy actually wants a lawyer to represent him. That's pretty rare in these cases. You might think, okay, maybe he's finally being reasonable, but the moment the attorney steps in, he ignores every instruction like it doesn't apply to him. It's like asking for directions and then driving the opposite way. Seriously. What's the point of having a lawyer if you're not going to listen to them? Let me know what you think in the comments and let's jump in. I thought the last...
All right, let me call your matter so we're on the record, please. People of the state of Michigan versus Drew James Peltola, 247819SM. Mr. Peltola appears from the Dickinson County Jail. Counsel at first appearance is Abby Anderson, who appears via video Zoom. And the prosecution is not here today of their own choosing. Mr. Peltola, before we went on the record, indicated he could hear me adequately and he was all right, other than being sore from being in the holding cell for 3 days. In respect to the matter, then, Mr. Peltola, I do have an advice of rights here with your signature. I do see it looks like the copyright insignia. I know that we have discussed the issue of the sovereign citizen in the past. Mr. Peltola, can you tell me what your position is today, please, after telling me what your full legal name is, if you would?
Okay, I'm an appellation known as, all capital letters, Drew James Peltola, with a common law copyright as a sui juris human, as a non-citizen, a not American national. That's defined in the United States Code. I'd like to have my lawyer finish talking. She told me not to talk unless she could talk first.
All right, thank you. Go ahead, Ms. Anderson.
Thank you, Your Honor. I have discussed these matters with Mr. Peltola. First, he agrees to be referred to as Mr. Peltola for purposes of these hearings.
Sovereign citizen we saw was out of control, but this guy has some new tricks. Just when you think you've heard every strange excuse, this one shows up claiming he's a non-citizen American nationalist. What does that even mean? Is that some new legal term, or did he just make it up on the spot? I'm honestly confused. If you've heard this one before, let me know. Let's keep going. At this point, I don't understand why he even has a lawyer. He's still making the same bizarre claims, and none of it makes any sense. It's complete confusion in that courtroom. You'd think he hired legal help just to stand out from the usual crowd, but it's not.
We have gone over both the advice of rights for misdemeanor and bond violation. He indicated he understood and signed both. As to the allegations, we went over the maximum penalties. We would waive the formal reading. He is tendering not guilty pleas and requested an attorney. Ms. Mashik-Lasala has assigned Nancy Schaub to represent him.
All right, very well. As indicated by Ms. Anderson, Mr. Peltola has agreed for purposes of his criminal prosecution to be referred to as Drew James Peltola. His position in respect to how he should be recognized legally has been stated for the record and is preserved for the record, as well as stated on the advice of rights form concerning both the general misdemeanor advice of rights. Although the bond violation advice of rights doesn't so indicate, the court will recognize his position for purposes of both advice of rights. Concerning the matter then, is this a good mailing address for you, Mr. Peltola, on River Street in Niagara?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm just trying to move back into Michigan, so I've been working, and that's the address that I use because that's my domicile. I always return to every day or once a week or whatever. Because the Michigan residents, I'm not even sure. I would not like to talk about that in court, but I'm trying to move back into Michigan. I'm just having a heck of a time doing it.
All right. So this is what I'm going to do then, Mr. Peltola. Over there, let's see if I have one in my file first. Ms. Anderson, I don't see a waiver of extradition. It sounds like he's going to need to go back and forth to Wisconsin, and we'll address that momentarily. In respect to the matter, though, Mr. Peltola, there is a waiver of extradition form over there at the jail. I'm gonna have to have you sign that if you need to go into Wisconsin as part of this. In
Your
regard to the
Honor,
matter that, what?
how do you want me to sign this? If you want my copyright, do you want me sui juris? Just so you understand, like I wasn't trying to harm you or any other woman.
Go ahead.
Do you want
What?
do you want my copyright on this? Do you want me as a human or me as a sui juris non-citizen national?
I just want your signature and the date, and whatever you want to put in addition to that is fine with me.
All right, thank you. Can I have a pen?
Your Honor, while Mr. Peltola is signing that, we did discuss the waiver of extradition. He just wanted that answer clarified prior to signing, but he is aware of what the waiver of extradition is.
Not doing him any good. He keeps rambling like he's quoting from some online conspiracy forum. Let me know your thoughts, and let's get back to it. This guy is practically getting himself in more trouble. He already violated his bond on, that's with a lawyer sitting next to him, trying to help. He doesn't think the court has authority, or that the judge has any power. And that always makes me wonder if they don't believe in the legal system. Why do they even show up? If they want to live by their own rules, maybe they should find a remote island instead of dragging us all into their nonsense. Let's check out what happened next. Watching this guy is like watching someone throw away their own defense. If he just let his attorney...
Very good, thank you. All right, I'll enter not guilty pleas on behalf of Mr. Peltola. Ms. Anderson indicates that he's qualified, and he is being assigned by MIDC. Ms. Schaub, we're going to set bond violation hearing. We might as well do the pretrial at the same time. And a jury trial as follows.
You want the jury trial within 20?
Yes, just to be safe.
Okay. Pretrial conference and bond violation hearing on February 21st at 1:45 p.m. Jury trial March 8th at 9 a.m.
All right, you'll get these dates in writing, Mr. Peltola. In respect
Yes.
to the waiver of extradition, then I want to go over it with you briefly as well.
All right, cool.
In
I can
respect-
wait. You want me to stop filling this out?
Really, all you need to do, yeah, go ahead. You finish, and then I'll go, and then I'll talk. You let me know when you're ready.
I'll just sign it real quick on the bottom of it and they can take care of the rest of it. I'll sign it properly. The bottom law might be wrong. It's been a while since I've read the Unified Court, but I believe this is right. I signed it for you correctly. So.
All right, perfect. All right, if you give that to the jailer, Mr. Peltola, I want to go over with you what it means to sign that waiver. I know we've done this before, but I'll just refresh your memory. And let me start by saying, so long as you come back to court voluntarily for all your court appearances, this does not become relevant. But if you don't come back to court, let's say, for example, you stayed in Niagara or somewhere else like that, normally you're entitled to what's called an extradition hearing before you are returned to Michigan to fight the charges that you didn't come back to court for.
Yes.
Under an extradition hearing umbrella, you have the right to an open court hearing. You have the right to have a lawyer at that hearing. And if you're indigent or without funds, one is assigned for you. The purpose of an extradition hearing allows you to challenge the legality of your arrest and return to Michigan. For example, you could demand issuance and service of a Michigan governor's warrant for your arrest. You have the right to obtain a writ of habeas corpus. Like I said, all to challenge the legality of your arrest and return to Michigan. When you sign a waiver, what?
I said I won't resist, man.
I'm just explaining to you what that document is that you're signing, okay, for the record. That's all. I'm not suggesting, implying, or anything else. I'm just explaining, all right?
Thank you.
All right. So when you sign that waiver, then what that means is, and like I said to start with, so long as you come back to court, everything is hunky-dory or everything is all right. But if you don't come back, when you sign that waiver, you have given up your right to that type of a hearing that I just explained. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So that's what that means. So when I'm setting bond, I need that form back because I'm going to do the following in respect to your bond. And this can cover both the bond violation and the underlying charge of disorderly. All right. First off, you must sign a waiver of extradition as a condition of your bond. So long as you do, you can go back and forth between Michigan and Wisconsin for residency, court appearances, family visitation. If it expands beyond that, talk to your lawyer first, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. You are not to purchase, possess, or consume alcohol or non-prescribed controlled substances. You must submit to random PBTs and drug screens as a condition of your release. Don't go into
Yes.
businesses that sell alcohol for use inside, such as bars and taverns. Do not engage in any assaultive, threatening, harassing, or intimidating behavior towards any person while you are on bond. All right, so you are in one of those unique positions, Mr. Peltola, where you have come before the court for your arraignment. Already behind you, or what you're being arraigned on, is both the underlying charge and a bond violation. So usually people will have an underlying charge, and then whatever, week 2, 3 later, they come back with the bond violation. And when people are arraigned, I always give them a talk and tell them that if you come back with a bond violation, you're going to make it really hard for me to say, gee, I should let you back out into the community again. You, however, have not had that talk. You are having it today, and you are having it on both the underlying charge and the bond violation. So my pep talk is this, Mr. Peltola. I'm going to set the bond accordingly and give you the benefit of the doubt.
Handle things like a normal person, he could have avoided most of this mess. But no, he went into full sovereign citizen mode and ignored all logic. The lawyer probably walked out of there with the easiest paycheck ever, just had to sit there while the client tanked his own case. One of the standout moments, the guy said the only reason he wasn't high was because he'd been in a holding cell. It was ridiculous but probably true. You can't say wild things in court. Ignore the rules and expect the judge to let it slide. Judges aren't there to babysit, they're there to enforce the law. When you violate bond conditions and disrupt the
But if you come back in here with another violation, I'm going to say, gee, Mr. Peltola, I had the talk with you and you went out and did the same thing I told you not to do. So I'm telling you, don't violate your bond and make me have a reason to keep you in custody pending resolution of your case. I'll set your bond right now at 1,000 PR. That's on both the bond violation and the underlying charge. They're going to let you back out, Mr. Peltola. Don't go back out and start drinking and do this again because, like I said, you'll leave me no choice. All right?
Oh, Your Honor, honest to God, I'm not even on drugs anymore. I wasn't sick. The only reason.
Hold on.
Nope.
I can see Miss Anderson almost doing cartwheels back there. She does not want you to talk until you have a chance to talk to your lawyer. Is that right, Miss Anderson?
That is correct, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Peltola, do you understand? She wants you to talk to your lawyer before you tell me anything, all right?
Yes, I understand, Ms. Lacoste, or Judge Lacoste.
Thank you, Mr.
Honor.
Peltola. We will see you soon. Your bond will come over, your writing dates, your lawyers. Make sure you call her when you get out and, you know, have a meeting with her. All right, Mr. Peltola?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, anything else on this file then, Miss Anderson?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Have a good day, Mr. Peltola.
You as well.
Thank you.
court. You're just giving them a reason to put you back in jail. This man seems to think court is a performance, but the only thing he's winning is more trouble and maybe a jumpsuit. That's where we'll wrap things up. What did you think of how the judge handled this one? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoy these court videos, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next courtroom meltdown. I post new content every day and there's always something unbelievable to cover. Thanks for watching.